host, Naima Latif. We're here at the Grand Ballroom about to hear an address from presidential candidate Hillary Clinton. She's addressing an audience that has often said it's been locked out of the process and locked out of power. And she's going to give her opinion on what needs to be done and what she plans to do if elected the next president of the United States. We'll be back with comments from presidential candidate Hillary Clinton.
I'm Claire Hubbard, host of Senior Talk radio show, and I'm here today at the Parkway Ballroom. I am here because I am an advocate for seniors, their better quality of care, and I want to hear from our hopefully future first female president on her views on how she can better help the community. God bless.
Journalist and an activist, what would you like to hear Hillary Clinton say that would make you feel she is in tune with the African American community?
You know, I don't know if it's what I want to hear her say. It's more about what I think she's going to produce, because what she plans to produce. It's one thing to say something, you got a crowd full of black people, so you're going to talk the talk, right? But, historically, a lot of black people on the conscious side have a feeling of her husband instituted the three-strike law that incarcerated more black men in the late 80s, early 90s. So for me, that's not okay. I happen to know personally a lot of brothers, about a dozen, who are still serving prison sentences. So this is not a fun and a game situation here. You understand me? I think it's time out for all the mess, and what I expect is for her to do what politicians do. That's what I expect.
Do you have anything during her campaign that you've heard that you feel addresses some of the critical issues?
One of the things, yes. The thing that she said about the criminal justice reform, and she's speaking it from experience, because she knows that the bill that her husband passed that helped fill the prisons were wrong, and she's trying to right that wrong. And she talking about carrying on Barack Obama's program, that 2014, where they're releasing inmates from behind the walls of penitentiary. I know it's working because I've been behind the walls twice to speak to inmates to prepare them to come out to the streets. So Hillary is the right one. And you know something else? You know why she's right?
Why that?
Because heaven forbid that they do something to stop Barack Obama from putting the next Supreme Court justice on that bench. And they banking on the thing, hoping that Hillary don't get elected, so the wrong judge can be placed there. So with that, I want to tell your viewing audience, we all need to pray that don't nothing happen to Barack Obama. Put your prayers to protect him.
I have been blessed to be able to introduce this fantastic lady right here to my right. A little non-traditional. I'm not going to speech it out to you guys. I created this just for her. Now is the time, and this is the place. Now we are ready. Hillary is the face. Why am I endorsing this woman to my right? Because she has for years continuously put up the fight. She seeks to make equal pay for equal work a priority. I don't know about you, but that sure works for me. Here's a woman who has shown time and time again that she has the skill, experience, and staying power more than 20 years in. Yes, there was Benghazi and the infamous email situation. But while both were stressful, she maintained her poise and dedication. Dedicated. This woman's dedicated to seeing mothers who single-handedly raise babies finally get compensated equal pay in this world that has gone crazy. Selfless in sitting down with a room full of mourning mothers who have violently lost their children, both sons and daughters. Now, this I know to be true. I'm one of those mothers who met with her and was able to make it through. that's like none other. Unapologetically, she speaks out about the NRA and issues of color. Her plan for immigration is to keep families together. She'll end family detentions and close private immigration shelters. She supports the bipartisan USA Freedom Act. President Obama signed it into law and she had it back. She has fought for quality, affordable health care her entire career. So she'll defend the Affordable Care Act and build on the successes of the HERE. She'll cut taxes for the middle class, raise the minimum wage, and ensure the wealthiest pay their fair share. She'll invest in infrastructure and education. This woman, she really cares. I've watched and followed her career, and I saw her take the hits. Yet she still manages to stand here decades later like it didn't bother her a bit. As Sandra Bland's mother, I know a little bit about frustration. You have to stand and push through it, even when you want a vacation. Like me, she misses the counsel of her late father, who told her to always carry a shovel. So at any given time, she could dig herself out of trouble. Like me, she lost her dad in 1993. His wisdom played a big part in the strength she shows you and me. I've shared with you just some of Hillary's views. Now it's up to you to do your research and vote when you're through. People, we are expecting a new president. In 9 months, Hillary is the new baby. Think about it. From now until November, let's fiercely support this lady. I present to you Secretary Hillary Rodham Clinton.
A lot, but that is one of the best ever. You know, I have the deepest respect, admiration for Geneva, her spirit, her commitment to take the terrible loss of her daughter, Sandra Bland, and turn that grief into action. She's here with her daughters, Siobhan, Sierra, Shante, and her wonderful husband, Mr. Ricky Beale. And so I know that every one of us wants to express again our appreciation to Geneva Reed Beale and her family, not just for being here, not just for her strong endorsement, which I deeply appreciate, but for who they are, for the kind of courage and spirit that they show to all of us. Thank you. Thank you so much. Now, there are other mothers of the movement here with us. Women who have lost their children. In one case, a daughter and a granddaughter, to gun violence to the inexplicable, horrifying loss of those you love, to something so senseless. I just want to recognize them as well. Cleo Pendleton, mother of Adia Pendleton. Annette Nance Holt, mother of Blair Holt. Pamela Bosley, mother of Terrell Bosley. Maria Pike Davis, mother of Ricky Pike. And Yolande Henry Corner, mother of Nova Henry. I've had the privilege of spending time with a number of mothers who find themselves in the worst possible position any mother could ever be. Looking at pictures of their children, hearing the stories, and the resolve in their voices that they want to do everything they can to help prevent any other mother from going through what they've gone through. I think we owe it to them. We owe it to them to reform police practices, to make sure that no other young woman like Sandra Bland is ever pulled out of a car for no good reason and thrown into a jail where she is found dead. We owe it to the families of young men like Laquan McDonald. And the other names that we know all too well. Walter Scott, Freddie Gray, Tamir Rice, so many others. And we also owe it to the mothers whose children went out to a playground, like Adia Pendleton did, shortly after performing at President Obama's second inauguration. Can you imagine the honor and the excitement that young woman felt? And then just one night, some days later, hanging out with her friends in a playground across from her school, a random bullet ends that promising young woman's life. You know, these stories cannot be just ones that provoke our emotions. They must move us to action. They must. They must motivate every one of us to take on these issues, reforming police practices, and making it as hard as possible for people to get guns who shouldn't have them in the first place.
All right, well, here we are again at Chicago State University. Full crowd, it's looking kind of good in here. Waiting on Bernie Sanders to arrive. I'm ready to take my photos and send them up to the cloud and get them done. Stay tuned, we'll be right back. This is John Alexander, The Media Connection.
Oftentimes it's very difficult and painful, if you can imagine, to introduce a politician. And I stay away from it like a plague. But I'm not going to introduce to you a politician. I'm going to introduce to you a true American statesman. Why should we support Senator Sanders? This is why this is easy for me to do. Because I don't have to say what Bernie is going to do.
something really radical. You know what it is? We're telling the American people the truth. And here's the truth. Media may not report it, you may not see it on TV or hear it on the radio. Here's the truth. You're living today under a corrupt campaign finance system. You're living under a political system where Wall Street and billionaires are spending huge sums of money to buy elections. Not American democracy. That's called oligarchy. You're living under a rigged economy where you are working in many cases longer hours for lower wages. People are working 2 or 3 jobs, and yet almost all new income and wealth is going to the top 1%. Today in America, we're living with a broken criminal justice system. System which has more people in jail than any other country on earth, largely African American and Latino. A system that together we are going to change and change profoundly. We don't want to see a nation in which we have more people in jail. We want to see a nation where we're the best educated people, where our kids have decent jobs. The reason that our campaign is gaining momentum is we're doing something pretty unusual for American politics. Instead of listening to billionaire campaign donors, we are listening to the American people. This is what we are hearing in Illinois and all across this country. We are hearing from people who say, we can't make it on $9 or $10 an hour. I remember being in Detroit last year talking to a bunch of young people. They were working at McDonald's at $7.25 an hour. They couldn't even get 40 hours a week. They have to do 20 hours, get on a bus to go to another place, get on a bus to go to another place. That is why we are going to raise the minimum wage to $15 an hour. That anyone who works in this country full-time should not be living in poverty. While the media may not pay a lot of attention to it, we are listening to senior citizens and disabled veterans all over this country. You know what they're saying? They're saying we can't make it on $11,000 or $12,000 a year Social Security. We can't buy the medicine that we need. We can't keep our homes warm. We can't buy the food that we need. That is not the way we treat our parents and grandparents. That is not the way we treat disabled veterans who put their lives on the line. Some of my Republican colleagues in the Senate, they want to cut Social Security. We've got news for them. We're not going to cut Social Security benefits. We're going to expand Social Security. I'm going all over this country, and I've been hearing from young people, and what they say is, Bernie, it is crazy that just because I went to college I am now $50, $80, $100,000 in debt. I want you to think about it. Everybody in this room knows that education is an inherent part of who we are as human beings, and you all know that if we're going to compete successfully in the global economy, we need the best educated workforce in the world. Why are people being punished for getting a college education? They should be rewarded, not punished. Why is anybody in the world talking about shutting down colleges? What we should be talking about is making public colleges and universities tuition free. Dropped out of high school, my mother never went to college. But does anybody in this room think that it is a radical idea to say that all of our kids who have the ability and the qualifications should be able to go to college regardless of the income of their family? Is that a radical idea? Surely it's not. It already exists in Germany, countries all over this world. I want every child in this country in the 3rd grade, in the 5th grade, to know that if he or she takes school seriously, does well in school, those kids will be able to get a college education no matter what the family is. By the way, just to make clear about how we're going to pay for the proposal to make public colleges and universities tuition free and substantially reduce student debt. You know how we're going to do that? We're going to impose a tax on Wall Street speculation. And illegal behavior of Wall Street drove this country into the worst economic downturn since the 1930s, right? And Wall Street, after destroying the economy, went begging to the Congress, bail us out, bail us out. Well, now it is Wall Street's turn to help the middle class. Listening to women. And what women are saying is, how does it happen that we are making 79 cents on the dollar compared to men? And if you are an African American woman, the numbers are even worse. And I know that every man in this arena tonight will stand with the women in the fight for paying for it. We are listening listening to our brothers and sisters in the African American community. They are saying, how does it happen that unarmed African Americans are being shot and killed by police departments? They are saying, how does it happen that African Americans are far more likely to get criminal records for smoking marijuana than whites? Or get stopped by the police when they're in their vehicles more than whites? And what the African American community is saying, what we are saying is we are going to reform a broken criminal justice system. Going to end institutional racism.